that is where I'm stuck, sir. Can you please show?
Yeah, okay. So right now I am on Google. I will
Okay.
just write Replit here.
Hmm.
And this first option is going to open up.
Yes.
So I will click on it. And then here, this is the home page. Now in the home page, I have to click on create REPL. Okay, so if I click on create REPL, it is giving me all the options, which language I want to select. So right now we are learning Python. We will select Python here. See, you can write C++ code also. You can use C also, Java also, but we have to select Python. And I'm just going to give the name of my REPL as Hello World.
What's that link? I don't know. It was showing. Create REPL, right, sir?
Yeah, and then you have to click on create REPL.
Create REPL and then I'll select Python.
Yeah, create REPL and then, yeah, then you have to select Python.
Okay.
Yeah, and then click on, you can give the name to your file and you can click on create REPL.
Where to give the name, sir? Title and the title?
No, you can.
Under create REPL, there is a template and the template Python. And then there is a title. Should I give name there?
No, ma'am, I just showed it here.
1 minute. Sorry.
Is your file opened?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, okay. Can you see the screen now? Main.py file will be there.
Shall I share my screen, sir, please? Shall I share my screen? Can you check where I am going wrong? I'll just share my screen, sir, please.
You can share, you can try.
Sir, this is my screen now.
Yeah, ma'am.
This is my screen, sir.
You have to click on create REPL on the left hand side.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Right now, sir.
Python.
Yes.
Yeah. Just give a name on, go in the title and give a name. Hello world.
Okay. And does this follow the same rule as Java? Naming conventions.
Yeah. Create REPL. Okay. Yeah. So you can click on next. Yeah. So this is your REPL now. You can write the Python code.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Thank
And
you.
on the right hand side, you see that ghost writer. You can remove that ghost writer.
There's 1 minute. What is the Oh, this one?
Yeah, you can close this box, which is just showing you instruction. Yeah, and ghost writer, you can close that. Yeah. Yeah, there you can see the output, and in between, you have to write the code.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome. So I will share my screen again, and we will do this very quickly.
Sir,
Yeah.
sir, can we use IDLE Python?
Yes, you can use any editor, offline editor also you can use. I'm just using an online editor.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Yeah. So now for I in range, now I'm just going to print 10 times. Let me just put the colon. All right. Now what I want to do, I want to print this hello world after a gap of 1 second. Right now it is just showing me 10 times. Now what I want to do, the first hello world, there is a gap of 1 second, and then the second hello world will be printed. So for this, I'm just going to use a module called time module. So I'll just go here, import time, and then I'm just going to write here time dot sleep 0.5 seconds, and let's run. So after a gap of 0.5 seconds, hello world is printed.
Anurag, actually,
Everyone
what?
can,
Yeah, sorry to interrupt. I mean, what that colon actually indicate here in for statement, second line? Actually, at the
yeah,
most, we
yeah, that is the syntax which we have to follow when we write the for loop.
yeah. I mean, so what actually it is? I mean, the significance of that colon. I mean, if suppose what it will indicate exactly. I mean, what is the main purpose of that colon here?
The purpose is that that's how we have to follow the syntax. That is the syntax of for loop. If you don't give the colon and if you run the code, you are going to get the error. It will say syntax error, expected colon.
Okay, and here
Yeah.
actually, and here I actually by default it will be the data type will be string. I means or will it be I? It will consider as a integer number or it will be string only.
No. We don't have to consider about data type here. We just have to use the loop and we have to print hello world. That's it.
Okay. So that's just meant.
Yeah. So it's very important to put this colon because it's like grammar of English. You know, how do we follow the grammar? The syntax is grammar of programming. So say for example, if I just don't give this double quotes here in the print function, then also I'm going to get the error. So it is just pointing out, Python is telling you where the error is. And it is also showing the underline, red line. That means here somewhere the error is there. It is telling syntax error. Okay.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
these small things are very important in programming. We have to give attention to details so that we get a proper output. Okay, so this is, I've just used a time module here, time.sleep1, and I can just go to the next line and I can write, I can again print something. So it will just show me that output. All right. Okay, perfect. So everyone has written this code.
So I'm getting an error.
What error?
Expect with an indented block after for statement, it's saying. So indentation is very important, is it, sir?
Yeah, this indentation is important.
Oh,
Here,
got it.
yeah, this,
No,
you can see this space is basically
Yes.
the indentation.
It is like COBOL, I'm remembering COBOL.
Yeah. Okay, so
What
this
is
is
the,
the first
I mean,
code.
what is the purpose of sleep method?
Sleep is basically it's a function which we are using from the time module. It is just giving 1 second gap here. After hello world, it is giving 1 second gap.
Okay. It's a method or function? I guess
You can
it's
call it a method. It's a
method.
method which we are using from the time module.
Yeah. Okay. Got it.
Okay. Yeah. Perfect. So I hope everyone has written this code. Now we will just go to the next one. Just a moment. Okay. So now we just want to create a timer here. So again, I will just use the import time.
Sir, sorry to interrupt. How do you get the white screen, sir, background? How will I change? In mine, it is black. In yours, it's showing white background. What is the option to change the background console?
Ma'am, what is your question, ma'am?
The console in yours is white color. In mine, it is black color. It is difficult to see. I wanted like your screen. So, which is the option to change the background color of the screen? The console, the display.
Display, ma'am, that's actually, can you write the code? That is the main important thing. Display you can change later also. That's
Yeah,
not a
yeah, doing it, but visibility is clear in yours, sir. That's right.
Ma'am, sorry to interrupt. Are you using MacBook?
So I'll just continue here,
Not
import
the
time,
mic, sir. Not much.
and then I'm just going to write for I in range. And I'm just going to create a timer here. So let me just first of all create a variable called timer. Initially timer equals to 30. And I'm just going to repeat it 30 times. The loop will be repeating for 30 times. Okay. And then I'm just going to write timer equals to timer minus 1. And then I want to print the value on the screen. And also I have to give time dot sleep. Which is 0.5 seconds. All right, let's run the code now. So we can see the timer is showing up. So it starts from 29 and it will just go up to 0.
Sorry to interrupt you. Why the run code is not highlighting us in my screen? The run code.
What?
The run, which you stop and run, no, the running the code is not getting highlighted.
You're not able to write the code.
No, I'm able to write the code. Only thing is the running the code. I'm not able to run that. It is not getting highlighted.
So that means there will be some error there.
Okay. Okay.
Hello.
Fine.
Are you getting any error?
No, I'm not
Hello?
getting any error. I'm not able to run only. I can't click on the run, the play run.
Hello.
Yeah.
Means the run button is not visible.
Hello. Hello.
Yes.
Highlighted.
Anurag sir.
Yeah.
Hello
How do
sir.
I
I'm
comment
running.
the line?
Actually, I want
Comment the
to.
line.
May I request one question at a time, else I will mute everyone. We are not following discipline, I am seeing here.
Yeah, so that
Sorry?
my run button is not getting highlighted, means I'm not able to click that button after writing the code.
Okay, you can. I think there will be some network issue. That's why it's not showing on your side.
Okay, so it would be not the, because the code I have written exactly what you have written. I have rechecked twice. I have again deleted.
Can you just share once? You can share your screen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll share.
కడుపుతో మంట వస్తుంది ఎంత
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
Anurag sir.
Yeah.
You got this?
Can I talk? Hello.
Yeah, you have to close that code editor. Please
Which
close
one? This
that
one?
box. Yeah.
Okay, okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah, now you can run it.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
All right, so let me share again. Okay, so I've just used the timer here. I hope everyone has written this code.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So basically, we have just created a variable called timer, and we have given a value, initial value as 30. And every time we are just subtracting 1. That's why we can see the countdown here. So it's in a loop. Every time one value is getting decreased from the initial value. Okay, and this is like the Happy New Year countdown which we have every year. So at the end, you can just print one more statement as Happy New Year. All right. And this time what I'll do, I'll just keep it as 31. So the countdown will start from 30. And it will go up till 0. And it says Happy New Year. All right. So this is a timer which we have created. Hope everyone has written, and we will go to the next concept now.
Sir,
So
I have some problems, sir. I don't know. Countdown screen 0.5 you have given me, sir. There is giving me some error. Unexpected indent, it is saying.
error, that means there will be some error. You can see
Unexpected indent, it is saying.
what it is telling.
Unexpected indent.
So you have to keep indenting.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, got it. I corrected.
Is it okay now? You are getting the output?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. It's very important to follow indentation in form.
Yes, got it. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Can you show me the code just for a second once more, please?
Okay, yeah. Yeah, can you see? Can you see the code, Nilesh?
Yes, just
Yeah. And is it working there at your system?
yes, sir.
Okay, perfect. All right. Now, the assignment, we will discuss about the assignment. You know, the assignment was to make a basic calculator. So we will just do it, and then we will see the next concept. I'm going to share. Okay. So first of all, I'm going to take two variables, a equals to, I'll just give some value to this variable as 10. Then second one is b. I will just also going to give some value, a and b. Now what is the next thing? I will just print. I'm going to use the print function here, and I will just write addition of the two numbers is, and I'm going to print the result on the screen. So I'll just write a plus b. All right. And similarly for the rest of the operations. So I'll just write the second one as subtraction. Third one is multiplication. Similarly, I will just change the value here in the result, a minus b, and this will be into, and this is division. Let's run the code now. So here we can see the output is there. All right. That's how we can just put the output. Can everyone see?
Yes, sir.
All right. Please write this code on your system and please check if you are getting a proper output.
So how to create a new program file name, sir? Like how you created simple calculator. How will I create that new file?
Yeah, if you are getting any error, then there will be, you can just compare with my screen and you can check. Please
No,
check.
sir, like, no. My question is, how will I create a new file? Like how you create a new program, no? Simple calculator.
Yeah, ma'am, for creating a new file, see, you can go here on the top. Can you see that? And you have to create, you have to click on create option.
Okay.
And then you have to follow the same process. Select Python, give a name to your file as simple calculator and create the REPL. I hope that is clear. Okay, now here we are just defining the variables. But what if you want to get the number from the user? So again, we will be using the input function here. All right, so I'm just going to take two numbers from the user. And this is the second number. Let me just put the double quotes. That's very important. All right, let's run. So this time I am asking the number from the user. So I will just enter some random number as 50 and the second number will be 60. So it is giving me all the values of operation: addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Okay, please write this code. Is everyone writing the code?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, I hope everyone has written. You can say yes or no. Is it clear?
We are still doing, sir. We'll do.
Yeah. Perfect. I think everyone has written the code. Now we will go to the next concept, which is the if statement. Okay. So let me share the slide. Okay. Is the screen visible?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So here we are going to study about decision making in programming, like how humans take decision. We are taking decision every day, every second in our lives. So similarly, the computers can also take decisions. So for this, we have to use if statement. The if statement, the elif statement, and the else statement. So the statements which are conditional or can switch into true or false are termed as flow controls of the program, helping user to make decisions for the computer. So using the if statement, we can basically give the power to a computer to take decisions. All right. So let's try to understand with an example. So we are just going to write a code to find out if a number is positive or negative using the if statement. So let's quickly put the if statement. So if, then I have to give a condition. First of all, I want to ask the number from the user. So for that, I'll just write a equals to int input. Enter the number. Now print a if you want to print the number. And then we are just going to use the if statement. So if a greater than 0, all right, so it's very important to follow the syntax. So you have to give colon there, and indentation is also important. So if a is greater than 0, then you want to print it's a positive number. All right, now else. I'm just going to write elif. Elif a less than 0. Then print it's a negative number.
So can we use else statement instead of elif?
Sorry?
Can we use else statement instead of elif?
No. In Python, you write elif.
Okay, sir.
Okay, else is used in C++.
Okay, sir.
I mean, you can write else at the end. But here, if you have second option, then you have to write elif.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, else will be at the last. So here I'm going to write else. So it's a neutral number. Let's run. So I'm just going to enter the number here. So it's a positive number. All right. Now, if I just enter a negative number, it shows it's a negative number. If I just put a 0, then it shows it's a neutral number. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. So everyone can write this code.
ଛୋଟଟା ମୋ ସାଙ୍ଗରେ କଥା ହେଉଥିଲୁ ସେଇଟା ଥୁଥୁ କ'ଣ
I'm just giving few minutes to everyone so that they can write the code.
We have to remember this code. How to do this?
Okay, so I hope everyone has written the code. Now, quickly, last one for today. I will just write. So I'm just going to comment it out. And we are just going to create a simple calculator using the if statement. So I will just get two numbers from the user. and I'm getting the second number here. All right, now I'm just going to give the option to the user to enter the operation. Okay, so I will write here print. Second one is subtraction. Okay, now I'm going to get the input from the user, which option he wants to select. So that is 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I'm going to create a variable called C. All right, so the input will be given by the user. Now I'm going to use the if statement here. So if C equals to, I will use double equals to. Double equals to is used for comparison, and single equals to is used for assigning some value to the variable. So I'll just write if double equals to 1, then it is going to print the addition. All right, so addition it will just give as A plus B. Similarly, for the rest of the operations. I'll write 2 there. This will be subtraction. Obviously, this will be multiplication. And last one is division. All right, so let's run the code. Now here I have just used the if statement. You can write elif here. At the end, you can use else. So else is like last resort. If nothing is working, the else will be there. Okay, no, let me write here elif because one more option is there. Yeah. Let's run. So enter the first number. I'll just write the first number. Enter the second number. All right. Now it is just asking enter your choice. So I'll just enter 1. So it adds and give me the result. All right. Clear? Yes or no?
In
Is someone
1 and 23, is it going to be C equal to 1 or C equal to 4?
All right. So if I run again, and let me give some other option. Say for example, I will just put subtraction here. So I'll write 2. So it will just subtract and give me the result on the screen. Okay, so please, everyone can write this code. Here we have used the if statement in the simple calculator. We are asking the choice from the user, which operation he wants to perform. So for this, we will be using the if statement. Okay, so I hope everyone is writing.
The double equal is what called?
Sorry?
The double equal, if
Yeah, double equals to.
what is that operation?
Yeah, it is used for comparing two things together.
Okay, fine.
If you use single equals to, it is used for assigning some value to the variable, like x equals to 0 equals to, I'm using single equals to. That means I want to assign some value to my variable. But if you use double equals to, that means you want to do comparison.
Okay.
You're comparing two things together. Then you use double equals to.
Okay, thank you, ji.
Okay, that is the difference. And I hope everyone has written the code.
Sir, in your code, line number 21, is it C equal to 1 or 3?
Yeah, that is 3. Okay, 3 and 4. I'll share again.
Could you post, share your code also in the after
So
the
here, C equals to 1, C equals to 2. Very nice observation, you know, that's how we have to have a very nice focus to find out errors. So here, C equals to 3 and C equals to 4. Because there are 4 operations, so there is only 4 choices from which the user can choose. Okay, so that's why 1, 2, 3 and 4. I hope this is clear and everyone is getting the output.
Share your screen.
Yes, no, please write in the chat box. Everyone is getting the output. Yes. It's more than 2 numbers. Good, correct. Very good, very good. So I think the time is also up here. Now the assignment is that you have to print multiplication table of a number. You have to ask a number from the user, and whatever the number is user going to enter, it will show the multiplication table of that number.
Means table.
Yeah, multiplication table.
Okay, sir.
Okay, this is the assignment.
And multiplication table means what? The normal we see here or something else?
Normal multiplication. You have to show it on the screen after getting the number from the user.
Okay, sir, I'll try how to do that.
Okay, all right, perfect. So today, yeah, we are done for today's session. Any queries, please, you can ask on the WhatsApp group. And I think for today we are done. I will just hand over to Sanjeev Gupta sir, or if Dr.
No,
Mukesh is there, I'll just.
It's a 10, for example, number is 10 to 10 table.
Yeah.
Yes.
Till 10 you can print, till 20, till 30 also you can print. That's your choice. But you have to just show the table on the screen. Okay. Perfect. So it was really a nice session today. I will just ask Sanjeev Gupta sir to take over from here.
Yeah, Anurag, actually just one thing. Anurag, so is it possible that actually means you can share the syllabus, I mean, the complete agenda, what all things we are going to cover till the end of this, till the end of the session of Python?
Yeah. We will share that on the WhatsApp group. Okay, everything will be covered, you know, all the concepts of Python will be covered here. So you just have to give time, attend the session regularly, and also do the assignments. And also, just to give some more time on a daily basis, like half an hour. I would just request everyone, because this is all about practice. And it's not like that, we are having session every Sunday. So it's like you have a gap of 1 week. So it's not like that you are attending the session after a gap of 1 week and there is no practice in between.
Yes,
Every
sir.
day we have to take out half an hour to practice. I will just give this one a beautiful website called W3 Schools, where you can go and you can just revise the concept. W3 Schools, like everyone must be knowing about it.
Sir, which website? Please repeat.
W3 Schools.
W3 school.
Text the
Thank you,
website
sir.
in the WhatsApp group, sir.
Okay, you can go on W3 Schools and you can select Python there, and you will get all the concepts there.
Okay, sir.
That will be true.
Okay,
Sir,
so
I
I
have a
think,
question, sir.
yeah,
Sir, say for example, if I put the somebody enters for selection, say number 5, so which is not there in the selection 1 to 4. So it will give a print like print in a invalid selection. But after that, I want to repeat the same process again. How to do that? Say he wants to try again. Say for example, he writes the number 5. Then it says the message invalid selection. Please try again. And then I want to loop it again, enter it. Sir, how to do that part?
yeah. So you have given the answer in your question itself. The answer is there. You have to use the loops.
Yeah, I know the word loop, sir. How to do the loop, sir? How to
Yeah.
loop
So
it back again?
yeah, you can use loops there. You can use, okay, that's like loops we have not studied so far. There are different types of loops in Python, which we will study. There is for loop, there is while loop. So which loop to select? This answer will be revealed in the next session.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Yeah. Okay. So that's a really nice question, Rashmi.
Yeah.
And we will just wrap up the session here.
Okay.
Okay. Mr. Prashant, are you there?
No.
Yeah, we can see if
Please,
we can.
everyone can just stay,
Yeah.
I would request is
Anurag, this is Mukesh. I'll see if anyone is there to conduct a mind relaxation technique. Otherwise, we'll just give me 2 minutes. I'll follow up.
okay, sir. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, Anurag sir, this is Nilesh here. I have a suggestion.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sir, suggestion was just that the session timing is 4 to 5:30, right? And what we are doing is we are starting the session at around 4:20 to 4:15. So that 4:15 onwards we do mind relaxation sessions, and then around 4:30 the actual class starts, and then also 10-20 minutes we are investing in setting up things. So the suggestion was, sir, can we start the lecture at around 3:45 so that we can do a mind relaxation sessions, plus we can give enough time to setting up the things like your internet connectivity, your video presentation. So all these things we can cover up in 15-20 minutes, and sharp exactly around 4 we can start the session. So we'll get a quality time of 1.5 hours to have this session fully available. Like I understand there are beginners, there are students, there are professionals in this lectures. So everybody will have questions, right? It will be good for you to answer everyone's queries as well if we get 1.5 hours.
Just to add to Nilesh's suggestion, it's good if we can get the message in the group in WhatsApp, what website to open, so we can take a look before we start the session, so we don't need to explore when you are training and giving us the code focus or the logics.
Sure. Yeah, that can be done. Definitely that's a very nice suggestion which you have given, Vivek, and we will definitely consider it. Perfect. That's really good.
Any other feedback anyone would like to share?
I think so. Just try to schedule this session from 3:45 so that we'll have a good enough time for solving queries and getting this session
Yeah, sure, we will do that as well.
fully utilized.
Yeah, thank you for your suggestions. We'll have Ms. Raki help us share a mind relaxation technique. One thing, just an observation, thank you all of you for your patience. I know sometimes it's frustrating when one has a question and the others have already done, but we have to always keep in mind the spirit of these sessions. The spirit of this session is empowerment of everyone, not just one individual. So we have to be patient at times and at the same time learn from others' questions as well. But we need to, it's a balance as well. We have to make sure the questions are relevant, but usually we find others also benefit from any individual asking the questions. So please do keep asking the questions, but just make sure they are relevant to the conversation, because your questions will help others as well. So thank you all for being so patient with each other. And as Anurag said, it's very important that we keep revising, because you will forget whatever you've learned today. So it's very important to keep revising. The other thing to keep in mind is whenever you are learning a language, it takes time. So some of the things we are intentionally not explaining at the moment, but when the time comes, the instructor will explain, like what is import, what is a module. So we will explain that over a period of time, but it's not possible to explain everything in depth, because then we won't even be able to cover the basics as well. So it's an iterative process where we cover the basics and then we add more details. And when you look at it, it will all make sense. So there's a technique to learning a programming language, and the technique is do it in an iterative way, where you don't have to understand each and everything, but you just start doing it. It's the same way when you learn a foreign language. You don't question why it is that way, right? Why do we write from right to left versus some languages are left to right? We just accept it. Similarly, when you're learning a new language, you have to accept the syntax of it. Why is it not else? Why not else if? Why is it that way? That is how the language syntax is created, which we cannot change. So the more syntax you get familiar to, the more code you see from others, you will start getting a feel of how to write your code, right? So you don't have to memorize anything, but you just have to understand why we are doing each and every line of code. So the more code you read written by others, the faster you'll be able to write the code as well. So it takes time. It won't happen in a day. But the more you practice, the more code you read, the faster you will get at writing your own code as well. So be patient with yourselves. Patience is very important when you're learning a programming language. Don't be frustrated at all. It takes time. That's why we're not trying to finish this in a month or so. Uh, Even if you don't understand each and every aspect of it, that's perfectly okay. Write down all your questions. All your questions will be answered. If not in one session, maybe after 3 sessions, we will cover it. But don't get frustrated. Don't lose heart that, I'm not getting it. It's so frustrating. This frustration will go away after a few weeks. Indentation is very important. And these basics are applicable to all languages. We are just doing this Python. So it's just an example. Even if you do it in C, C++, your code has to be properly indented. Even if there's an extra space, you will get an error. So it's frustrating in the beginning, but once you get used to it, then you'll be fine. You will enjoy it. So it's very important that you don't get frustrated with yourselves, because this is a learning process. Within few weeks, you will get the hang of it. So thank you. Ms.
Sir,
Raki,
thank you for
yes. There was
Thanks a
one
lot.
question
Thanks a
last
lot.
week which I didn't get to answer. Someone had posted in the chat, why is Python was there 20, 25 years back? Why is it that, Java is still there? The reason is every language goes through a evolution, right? You'll see there's versions of Python. We are in Python 3.x, 3 point something, right? Before that, it was 2.7. So the languages, they go through that evolution. Whenever you're designing a new application from scratch, you'll still go with probably with Java. But if you are using Python if you want to do data analysis, the data is coming from one IT system. An IT system could be a CRM system. It could be an ERP system. So that systems is still written in C, C++, Java, more of Java nowadays. But when you have the data and you want to analyze that data, then in that case, Python is very powerful. That's why for AI ML, you want to analyze the data, you want to process the data. So the data processing skills using data frames, you can process that data, you can visualize it. That's why data scientists prefer Python. There comes the power of Python, which Java is not. You have to write more lines of code for it. So there are strengths and weaknesses for every language based on how you use it. So Java is still relevant. That's why there's still need for Java developers. It's a strongly typed language. It's a pure object-oriented language, whereas Python is not. But if you want to do data analysis, default Python. No one would think about doing it even in Java because Python is easier. And all data scientists, data analysts, they love Python. So that's where the sweet spot for Python lies. Okay, if Ms. Rachi is there, we can have a mind relaxation technique. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Let's sit back and relax. And now we will ask ourselves just one question. What stresses me out? Some deadline, some pressure, work pressure, or pressure from family, or pressure to perform. It could be numerous reasons. For every individual, it could be something different. But whenever we are under stress, no matter what be the cause of the stress, we have to take a pause. Even if I'm stressed right now because something at the session I didn't understand, but others did. So now I'm stressing because I'm falling behind. I have to catch up. So I'm stressed. I'm stressed because of competition. I'm stressed because I don't believe I can perform as much as others did today. I'm stressed because I have less information to perform. It could be a multitude of reasons why I'm stressed. But bottom line is, something I am giving more importance to such an extent that I no longer have the awareness that I'm losing my very own stability while giving something else importance. It could be an achievement, it could be a situation, multitude of reasons. But let's take a pause. The moment we are stressed, at least have that awareness to pause. At least have that awareness that I am under stress right now and I need to take a break. I need to pause for a moment and ask myself one question. Is it worth it? Is it worth it? Is anything worth it? For me to put myself through so much stress? Some of us run away from situations that can trigger stress. Some of us face stress with anger. Some of us explode, get agitated. different reactions and actions to stress. But very rarely do we pause for a second. So let's take a brief pause. Just to restore our inner calm. In the midst of havoc, let's take a brief pause. To disassociate from everything around us. Completely withdrawn from every situation. Completely withdrawn from the awareness of anything that triggered the stress. With full focus and concentration on just one thing, inner peace. In the midst of all the sounds and disturbances and honks and horns and traffic and hustle and bustle of everything, I withdraw from everything and my full attention is only on one thought, inner peace. Just stop, observe your thought, steer it towards inner peace. So the mind can relax, it can take a break from all the stressful situations that are pulling the mind in different directions at different speeds. To cut those cords that pull the mind, the only way is to take a pause. Self-introspection, self-inspection. How am I feeling? What am I thinking? What is importance to? And gradually we come into the awareness by asking these questions, by probing ourselves. We come into the awareness of calmness. And we reduce the quantity of thoughts in the mind. And we have a good quality thought of some positive energy of peace. And the moment we start feeling relaxed, we can now come out and face the stressful situation with little more wisdom in a peaceful state. Just by practicing one little pause. So pause before we react. Pause before we act. Just introduce a pause, a longer pause, a few minutes pause. Just one break in our behavior. Just taking a little 2-minute break before responding to any situation. And we will notice that we become a lot more wiser in our reactions, a lot more relaxed internally. Just one step. Take a long pause. Withdraw. Introspect. Then act. Then react. Then respond. So let's end today's session with this little tip of wisdom of taking pauses. And let's try to practice that in the coming week. So we are more empowered in handling situations of life. So our energy is more saved in focusing on professional aspects, other aspects where we can direct our energy to be more productive rather than destructive towards ourselves, because stress is only destructive. No productivity comes out of stress. Bottom line, a relaxed mind is way more productive than a stressed full mind. So let's end today's session with this thought and thank all the speakers. Have a great evening, and we look forward to seeing you all next week. Thank you.